Alright, just give me a second to finish getting setting up here. So let me make sure I got my MetaTrader 4 and Magic Key set up here. Alright, I'll move this over here. Okay. Alright, good morning. So this is my first ever live trading. Um, so this is, I guess you could say this is a new experience for me. So this is um, probably gonna be, well, it's probably gonna start as a learning curve for me, but after a while, I'll probably eventually get used to trying to be more comfortable with live trading. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this. So basically, before I even start to trade, because when I'm off from work, I start my trading session at 9:30 a.m. Basically, when the stock market basically opens, and I like to trade US 30 or basically the Dow 30. Basically, if you don't know what the Dow Jones Index is, it's basically the top companies in the United States. Basically, you have companies like Apple, Johnson and Johnson, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, etc., etc. Um, every now and then, I might trade the Nas 100, and as you can see, it has the top. I guess you could say the top 100 companies. But basically, some of the companies that's in the Dow 30 is also in Nasdaq 100 as well. So what I like to do is before I even start at 9:30, I like to look at the news and see where, um, I guess you could say, where the market is potentially heading to with the pre-market data that we have here. So as you can see here, everything looks bullish. Everything's in the green. So that pretty much sums up as far as if we go on our chart here. If you look at the daily on this candle right here, this is today's candle, July 14th. As you can see, this candle is basically it wicked off the support, new level support here, and it's continued to push to the upside. So previous days before that, as you can see, it's been in a bullish trend, continuous trend. There was a couple days where price shot up to the old support, to the old resistance, bounced down, and then shot back up, and then eventually it broke past the old resistance, and now, like I said, this is the new support here. So now prices just need to find its new resistance, and I guess this right here from previous time, this is the, I guess, the old resistance level. So what I'm going to do here is put this horizontal ray here. And from the way I see it, I think it's going to eventually break this level too. So, but anyway, we're going back to the fundamental news here. If this breaks, well, we can't really determine anything with the pre-market. Pre-market just basically give us a analysis of what we think the actual market is going to do. But like I said, just looking at the news, as you can see here, the U.S. stocks future rise as Powell says the Fed is still a ways off for letting up on easy policy. So basically, with him saying that the U.S. dollar is just strong right now. So if we go to the DXY here, actually not. No, it's not strong. It's actually going down. But as you can see here, it's still continuing its upwards movement, upwards momentum. With this trend line here, as you can see. But let's go back. We still got another 23 minutes before the market opens, so let's look at forexfactory.com. As you can see, it's a very high impact news day, so we probably won't be trading as much today, because we have news coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern with the CAD, and then we have another USD type of news with the crude oil inventories at 10:30, and then the Bank of Canada press conference at 11, and then Powell is going to testify today at 12 p.m. So we definitely not going to trade while he speaks, because there's a whole lot of manipulation going on, especially when he speaks, or if a FOMC member speaks, which was yesterday. And then I think we have another speaker tomorrow. Yeah, we got FOMC member Evan speaking tomorrow at 11. And then tomorrow, Powell also testifies. So like I said, it's going to be a pretty news-heavy day today and possibly tomorrow as well. So like I said, we're going to be careful with our trades. But I'm going to show you my strategy here of how I trade US 30. Let me go to desktop. I'm gonna open that up. Let me just copy and paste this over here. Alright, so basically what I've done is I've written my own indicator. It's called the JettaFX indicator. Basically you have these two pivot lines here, and then you have a sell and a buy signal. If I go to the settings right here, you can adjust it accordingly. My indicator, you can adjust the signal strength, you can adjust the trend writer overall period ATR. I'll show you what it is. I'm gonna cut that on real quick. You see here, we have this line right here, this bold line showing the trend, the current trend of the market. If you see that the trend writer is showing like a red line, then you can possibly see that the price is going down in a bearish momentum. And if you see that price is in a green, you can see that, I mean, if you can see the lines that are green, you can see that prices continues to go up here. So, but I don't really use it as much, but I coded it just in case, you know, somebody wants to use it to help them show them the trend, the current trend. So, also I have what is called let me turn this off real quick. A show New York session and show London session. To me, these are the best 2 times to when I trade US 30, because I feel like that's the most momentum shown during the market. It's the most volatile time to trade. But me personally, I personally like to trade New York session. So once we enable that, as you can see, the background highlights like this pinkish color. You can also change the color if you want to. I just keep it standard. And then, like I said, the two pivot lines right here, as you can see here, and I'll explain those in a second. And then also we go back, we have to buy and to sell signal labels. So before I even, well, I scalp on the 3 minute, and I also scalp on the 1 minute when it comes to US 30. But what I like to do first before I even look at those time frames is I check out the daily on US 30, see where the current price is heading to, and then also I check out the 1 hour. I just look at the way the lines are moving here. Yeah, so as you can see here on this hour, it's probably going to eventually touch this this resistance. It might, like I said, it might even break past this here today. We just have to see what market open does. But even after the 1 hour, I just go to the 10 minute ultimately, and as you can see here, that price just continuously go up in this uptrend. My idea today is if the market continues to go in a bearish fashion, not bearish, but in a bullish fashion. Let's see. Let me go back to CNBC.com. See, now we at 100 points. Now anything with 100 points or more, then that gives me increased insight of that the market's going to go. The price is going to continue to go up. Anything that's under 100 points, that gives me insight that price is going to continuously go down. And anything in between is just means to me that the market is just pretty much flat. But like I said, this is pre-market data, so it just only gives us an insight of what we think the market is going to do today after the market opened at 9:30. We basically got 16 minutes here until the market opens, and then we're going to see what the market does. And then, like I said, with this high event news that's coming up, we're probably going to fall back with the trading a little bit, but hopefully I can get in maybe about 2 to 3 trades, scalping trades. But let me continue with my strategy here. So after I look at the 10 minute, then I'm ready to go ahead and scalp the 3 and the 1 minute. So basically the strategy is this. Alright, so the number 1 says identify direction of momentum based off the pivots. We always want to avoid sideways movement. And what I mean by that is if you look at the pivots here, you see how, for example, on this 3 minute, that these two lines here, these pivot lines are angling up. Well, that basically gives us a bullish momentum. That's the direction. Let me go ahead and draw this out for you if I can find the tool. All right. Okay. See how it's angled up like that? All right. So now number 2 says wait for the proper signal. And what I mean by proper signal is this. We enter the trade if a signal candle either breaks and close above or below the pivots, or already is above or below the pivots. So in this situation right here, if we look at this candle right here where it says buy, let me go ahead and mark that for you. All right. Let me actually maximize this for you. You see this candle right here with the buy. You can see that the candle closed above these 2 pivot lines with a buy signal. So basically this would be a good indication that we need to hop in the trade. And another way that we can see that price, this is a good trade, I guess you could say, to get in, is that with the pivot lines, when it's going up in this upwards momentum like this, the orange line is always going to be above the red line. Okay? Just remember that. Right now, I don't have this indicator available to the public, but I will be making proper videos on how to use this strategy. So, basically, we want to target 25 to 50, which is a 0.5 risk to reward ratio. Now, I know a lot of people will say that, oh, that's a bad risk to reward ratio. Why would you want to do half of a one bare minimum risk to reward ratio? So basically, I know that it's in the negative, but the win rate is very high. So when it comes to doing trades like that, you want to make sure that you use very, very good risk management. You don't want to over leverage your trading account. So in this situation here, we would target 25, 50. So as you see, our profit level 25, stop loss 50. Basically, that's 250 pips, and this is 500 pips. And as you can see, over time, our trade will hit, and this would have been a winning trade. Same thing with this one. This candle right here. This happened maybe about a little over 30 minutes ago. We could have hopped in this trade right here. Boom. 25. Oops. 25. 50. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Alright. So let me show you a sell scenario here. As you can see here, we have the sell signal, and we see that the candle closed below these two pivots. Now basically in this situation here, this would be 3A. It breaks and closed below the pivot. As you can see, the price was above these two pivots for a while, and then this candle here, it just breaks past the two pivots, and then it closed after the 3 minute, because each one of these candles are 3 minutes long, right? So what we would do here, we would go for a sell. We would target 25.50. We will have a winning trade here. Same thing with this one. $25.50. Boom. And you could have doubled up on this one as well with this sell signal here. So look, boom, boom, $25.50. Now here's a little caution for you. You do not need to take every signal that you see. Reason being, because you will have something like this. You see this sell signal. You see that it breaks and closes below these two pivots, right? Look what happened if you would have went into this trade. You would have been stopped out, pretty much. This would have been a losing trade, because you can see price, you did go into profit a little bit, and eventually it reversed on you and eventually hit stop loss. And as you can see here, if you look at the way the pivots are formed here, let me draw this up. You see how a while back it crossed? And remember when I told you that if the orange line if the orange line is above the red line, that pretty much shows a bullish bias. So as you can see, yes, it went down for a bit, but it retraced back up, and eventually later down the road it just skyrocketed. So you got to be careful when doing trades like this, and also you got to be careful with news, because with news, anything can happen in the market. So let me look at the time here. We got 9 minutes until market open. So let me remove these drawings here. All right. Now, like I said, I also scalped the 1 minute. The strategy is pretty much the same. Yeah, the strategy is pretty much the same for the 1 minute, but you're just targeting different different amount of pips. So in this situation, we would target 10 to 30. So for example, here we got this buy signal. It's above the pivots. So we would do 1030. Ah, shoot. And as you can see here, this would have been a winning trade because price continuously to move up. Could have took another trade right here. Actually, if we actually took this trade right here, we probably would have still been in this trade because price. Actually, yeah, it did. As you can see here, it wicked up past this 10 here, so this would have been a winning trade as well. Long as you see like clean pivot lines like this. Let me find my. Long as you can see clean pivot lines that's moving up in an upwards fashion like this, you can take some pretty good buys, some pretty good scalps. So, but if you see anything like this where you have, I'm gonna show you a good example because yesterday I took a trade and I lost that trade, and I should have waited. Okay, when you have tight pivot lines like this, for example, you see how the lines are so bunched up close together like that. I wouldn't take no trade. I would not take any trades. Sometimes you just have to let the pivot lines do what it needs to do. You need to let it breathe for a little bit because eventually you have some really clean setups like this where it starts off close together and then eventually it just spreads out and you'll get that good trade. For example, this would have been a winning trade on the 1 minute. Oh, and another thing, here's another thing, right? If you see something like this with this candle here, you see this buy, right? You would not take this trade because if it closed between the pivots, it's a risky trade to me. Yeah, you can see that price continuously to go up, and this could have been a winning trade. But when I see something like this, when the candle closed in between the pivots like this, I don't take any trade. I do not risk it at all. Or like here's another example right here. You have this doji right here for a sell. I would not take nothing like that. Yeah, I wouldn't take that. So, all right, so we got 6 minutes until market opens. Let me see if I have my MetaTrader. Okay. All right. So let's check out the news again. Let's go ahead and refresh this real quick. And like I said, fundamental news is just as important as technical analysis. What I just showed you not too long ago with my indicator was basically technical analysis. And what I'm showing you here currently is just fundamental analysis. And like I said, fundamental analysis is just basically news events. Anything that's happening in the world that affects the markets is going to impact and it's going to show on the charts. So one thing that I always tell people that want to learn is you don't want to go against the market. You want to go with the market. If you see prices moving up, if you see news that's saying that, that's giving good news to the US 30, you want to hop in. You don't want to go against no type of market. I know some people that like to counter trade, but I don't like to counter trade. So I'm sorry, that's just me. So, all right, so we got about 4 minutes until market opens. As you can see here, price is currently at $35,000 for US 30. Let me reset the chart here. All right, 3 minutes until market open. All right, 2 minutes until market open. Oh, and another thing I like to do from time to time, if I need to know, as far as market direction too, I like to use what is called Bollinger Bands, to give me an indication of how the market is moving. Basically, anything above the purple middle band line. Let me turn off my indicator real quick. Gives me a bullish bias. Anything below the middle band gives me a bearish bias. But I try not to use it much because I prefer to use, my indicator that I developed with my strategy. So, all right, so it is 9:30, so we wait and see what market does. As you can see, price is just soaring. All right, so if price continues to move up, what I'm waiting for now is this retracement back down to the pivot levels, and at that time it'll probably give like a sell signal, and then what I'll be waiting on next is just a move up and another buy signal, and then I'll hop in and trade there. Same thing with the 3 minute. Pull back and then a move up. let's check out the news here. Let me refresh this page. Yeah, most of the companies are in green, so we probably most likely looking for some bullish momentum today. Oops. All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm pretty much waiting for a pullback now. And as you can see right now on that 1 minute, it's starting to pull back, and that's what I'm exactly looking for. Let's check out the 10 minute real quick. See what it's doing. Yeah, you see this huge wicks to the top. Pull back. All right, so let me just move that over there. All right, so we have breaking news that says stocks open higher as Powell says the Fed will not yet alter the easy policy. I read that earlier, but that was basically for the pre-market. And as you can see right here, it says the Dow Jones added 175 points, so 0.5%. All right. So we're just playing the waiting game, guys. So one thing about trading is it's very boring, but you just have to look past that and just let the market do its thing, you know. Alright, so as you can see here, we have that sell signal. Well, it was there, but if this closes as the sell signal above these two pivots, then we know not to hop in that trade for a sell. So don't do that. Like I said, we're waiting for this pullback. Like I said, and then now we're waiting for the buy signal on the way up. So. Same thing with the 3 minute. Right now we don't have no type of signal just yet. Like I said, we're waiting for everything to come back down with the sell signal, and then eventually give us that buy signal that we need to continue to the upside. And I think at this point, the market's just going to range until we get this news report here at 10 o'clock with the Canadian dollar, giving their monetary report and their overnight rate and rate statement. So that's at 10 o'clock. And then, like I said, on 10:30 we had the crude oil inventories and Bank of Canada press conference. And then 12 o'clock, Powell speaks, Jerome Powell. And if you don't know who Jerome Powell is, he's right here. He's right here. He's the part of the Fed chair. So as you can see here, the S&P rises to record as Fed stays the course with easy policy, and then Apple hits an all-time high. So let's check out Apple real quick while we wait for this. Let's see. And the thing is, I have a few Apple shares. So, oh wow, yeah, as you can see here, just shot up crazily. All right. So it might be a little while before we wait for an actual pullback. Because right now we don't have that signals that we need to make these trades. fact, let me go ahead and set my alerts for this. Make sure my alerts are set on. Let me turn them on. So that way I'll know when alert will pop up. Let me play. All right. So while we got those set on, let's check out NASDAQ real quick. Oh yes. This is what we're looking for. I might hop into this trade right here. This 3-minute trade for NASDAQ. It's basically doing the thing that I wanted to do for NASDAQ. As you can see, price shot up on this 3-minute, then it pulled back, and now we're just waiting for a move to the upside for a buy, and it has to be above these pivots here. Let me see. Check out NAS real quick. See what NASDAQ is. Okay, so I see on this 1 minute we finally got that sell signal that we needed. So now we're just looking for that candle to close with a buy, since it's already above these 2 pivots here on my indicator. So let me go ahead and pull my MT4 back up here. All right. Alright, so we're, alert, I got it. I hate when it does that. Alright. But it's almost 10 o'clock as well, so we might have to be careful with this. And look, that's the hour, no wonder. Okay, 3 minutes. We're finally getting that pullback that we need, so. what I think might happen on this 1 minute, it might pull back some more because as you see here on this 3 minute, it looks like it's trying to go to this pivot. Yeah, we're finally getting that sell signal on the 3 minute. But like I said, we're not gonna go for that sell since it's above these two pivot lines that we have here. So we're gonna wait. You have to learn how to be patient when it comes to trading, guys. We basically got 11 minutes until some where is it? Here we go. Yeah, we basically got 10 11 minutes until this high impact news post here on Forex Factory. If we look at CNBC at the markets, let me refresh this page here. Everything, just about almost everything looks green for you. The Dow 30, everything looks about green on. It actually kind of looks kind of mixed for Nasdaq, but let's check our chart again. Right now, it seems like it's ranging right now. And this is on the 1 minute, guys. So let me delete that. As you can see, as I stated, that we was waiting for the market to pull back, and as you can see, it did. And it's potentially going to close on this with the sell signal. We're not going to go for the sell now. With this bullish bias, we think that price is going to go up after this pullback. We just have to play the waiting game. That candle didn't close with a sell. Most likely this candle probably will. So we got 5 minutes into that news drop on Bank of Canada monetary policy report, the rate statement, and the overnight rate. We had a sell signal, but it looks like it's not. Okay, so if this kind of closes here with a buy, then I'm probably gonna hop in. But right now, like I said, it's just playing games. See, that's why we need to learn how to wait when it comes to trading, because like I said, you think it's gonna go for a buy, but then within the next minute it changes up on you. And that, like I said, you also have to wait for the counter to close. And yeah, as you can see here, this candle, we finally have our sell signal, the pullback that we needed. And so now we can just wait for this buy signal to the upside on the 3-minute. And the thing with the buy signal is it have to be above these pivots in order for us to hop into the trade. Now, if price continue to go below these pivots here with a buy, then we do not hop into that trade. Sorry guys, let me move that over for right now. Alright, so we have high impact news in 2 minutes. Let's wait and see what happens. Go ahead and refresh. refresh this page here. Alright. Oh, look at that. Look at that candle, man. Yeah, we got that pullback that we needed. Alright, it's 10 o'clock, so let's check out the information that we have here. Alright, so for the overnight rate, it's pretty much the same. BNC. Markets are still pretty much in the green, so we're bullish. And so now price is tracking back up like I said it was going to do after this pullback. Alright, so alright, if this candle closes, well, I don't think it's ready yet. We got that huge wick to the bottom. All right, so the market's pretty much flaky right now, which is expected because, like I said, it's a lot of high impact news today. So, we might not even get a trade today. But like I said, we just have to wait and see. As you can see, not too long ago, this was over 100 points. Now it's less than 100. So. So now we got price touching our red pivot, and so price might reverse on us now. And so it might not. I don't know what's going on now, but it might not be. So I guess if price continues to move down here, then I guess we're gonna be looking for sales. Um, but to me, I think this is just manipulation here, because if we look at CNBC, wow, it's dropping now. Like this keeps lowering now. Everything is still green, but like I said, we just have to play the waiting game. Nasdaq. Let me go back to Nasdaq. This trade right here would have been risky because, like I said, everything, especially with the news that just happened, as you can see, price is just, and then wicking in between the pivots, and then made the price up, and then there's a wick to the top, and now it's about to head back down. So, like I said, market's kind of choppy today, as expected with all the news events today. So we're just gonna wait until the market recovers a little bit from all this choppiness that's going on. And like I say, it might not be a chance that we will have a trade today, but we just have to wait and see. Let me go over and look at the 10-minute. Let's see here if I can find it. Oh yeah, here we go. As you can see on the 10-minute, I think it may just retrace off these lines here. Let me see. Maybe we'll pull back to the upside like that. Let me look at the 1 hour. Yeah, it might be a sell today, because look at this huge wicks to the top. And from what I'm looking at from the 1 hour, like it may pull down to the 3409 or 3400, well 34900 area, and then maybe, I don't know, retrace. Let's see the daily. Yeah, the daily here is a huge wick to the upside and downside. Yeah, I'm seeing the sell now with the Bollinger Band. As you can see, price crossed this middle band here, going to the downward direction on the 3 minute. Let me check out the Bollinger Band on the 10 minute. On the 10 minute, looks like it's wicking off this middle band here on the Bollinger with the Bollinger Band. It may continue to go up like that, but we still have 10 minutes on this candle right here. So let's check out the 3 minute again. So on the 3 minute, so basically what it did earlier, around about 8:30, had that boost. This was most likely from news earlier, right? Had good USD news. Basically, this was dealing with inflation. So price continues to move up. What I should have done was I should have caught this at 8:30, but I was busy. Then now we just have this market open, and price just decided to come down and hit off this pivot points, and now it's just playing games. It's just ranging. You got this little small range right here. See, now on this 1 minute, I'm not gonna take this buy only because you get this buy signal under the two pivots here, and to me that shows riskiness. And as you can see, as soon as it uh, closed, it's heading back down. So nah, I'm not gonna take that. Never take no buy signal under the two pivot lines on my indicator. And like I said, I don't have this indicator available to public right now. Um, but once I do, I will let you know. It'll be posted on my website for purchase. And so as you can see now, prices is just shooting up. Now on the 3 minute, if this closes with a buy, then I'm gonna definitely hop into this trade. Because price is gonna close above these two pivots here. So but it's doing exactly as I thought it was gonna do. It went up, pulled back, and now price is shooting right back up like I said it was gonna do from the beginning. Now if this kind of closes with that buy signal, then I'm hopping in this trade. 25 pips, well 250 pips for take profit and 500 pips for a stop loss. Like I said, this strategy involves negative risk to reward ratio, but like I said, the win rate is usually high, so you will definitely win more trades than you will lose them. Right now, market is just undecided on what it wants to do. But we do have some more news coming up in like what 11 minutes with the crude oil inventories. But if this kind of was over this pivot, like say for example, it was like right here, would have hit TP. But we'll see if we can catch a good trade on this 3 minute here, since we don't have the buy signal just yet. Okay, so let me go ahead and get that set up here at 25.50. If this counter closes in 45 seconds with this buy signal, I'm going in. Okay, let me go ahead and get set up here. Let's see. I see now that that's what I'm saying with this market. This market is just it's too much sometimes. So that candle did not close with the buy signal, so I'm not hopping in. Now, if this candle closes in less than 3 minutes with this buy signal, then I'm gonna go ahead and get in. We definitely don't have no momentum push today. Market's kind of slow, in my opinion. And here's another thing: if this candle right here closes with a red bar, a sell candle with a buy signal, I would not hop in this trade. To me, I feel like that's risky. Um, but if you ever decide to get this indicator and decide to trade with like that, just make sure you use a lower lot size than normal. Um, so this market is very undecided right now. All right, so we basically got 1 minute until this candle closes. Yeah, this market is very choppy today. All right, it's 20 seconds until this candle closes. If it closes with that buy signal on the green, then I'm hopping in this trade. So let's see. Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and get in. Let me see. We change symbol. Input pips. All right, I'm in this trade. So my open price was 25.50. So I may need to modify this real quick. Modify 34, 35, 35.039. Take profit. Stop loss is 34.964. So we modify that right there. All right. So let's see what happens with this. There's some high impact news, but I don't think the crude oil inventories would probably gonna affect that too much. But like I said, we'll wait and see. Right now, I feel like the market's still a little choppy, but it is what it is. And one thing I do is I'll just let the trades play out. So if it just hit stop loss, it just hit stop loss for me. I never fold. I used to do that where I close my trade early, and then what happens is when I close my trade early, then it eventually hit TP. So, you know. But yeah, market is definitely choppy today. Definitely choppy. All right, so we have the crude oil inventories coming up. All right, so we have news in 1 minute. This might hit stop loss, guys. Yeah, market look is looking very bearish today. Yeah, yeah, stop loss hit. So yeah, that trade didn't go as planned. So which is okay, we don't win every trade, so let's focus on the next trade here. Let's check the news. Hit refresh on that. Yeah, so thought this would have picked up, but like I said, it's very choppy. It's just moving up and down, up and down, up and down. Um, I probably might not trade anymore today until I see a proper setup here. But as you can see, this market is pretty much manipulated today. Whole lot of manipulation going on. But this right here on this 1 minute could have been a pretty good scalp here. But we didn't catch that. Which is fine because like I said, look, see what I'm talking about here? See how price is going back up again? So yeah, I might not trade no more the rest of the day. Actually, I might will so I can recover my loss here. But as of right now, with all this high news, with this news events going on, I just may just call it a day on this live stream. So, and now this has changed to tentative. So now they don't know when this gonna pick up. So, and so like I said, they got the press conference at 11 and at 12 Powell speaks. So I definitely don't want to trade when he speaks. So I probably might won't trade until maybe later tonight, I guess, around the Asia session. So, but yeah, I lost some money, but like I said, every now and then we're gonna lose. So, and as you can see with this, look at this market here, very manipulated today. So, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off this live. I will try again next week with the live streaming. So next Wednesday, I'll post a link